Hi everyone, we'll consider this part one. I think that this is like a public old baseball field. Anyone can come down here. Sedgwick County checks up here every now and then. Now I am alleging that I contracted a parasite possibly from the environment, possibly coyote tapeworm and some kind of blood fluke. So what I'm doing is I'm just giving you an overview of the area here. This is actually beechcraft property up here. And as you can see, kids can come up here and play. There's swings and sets. Again, I'm not trying to pry. This is a one-party video consent kind of deal. And shouldn't blame beechcraft for coyote in urban areas. But if I contracted it and I'm right back here, we know the coyotes do come up here, over here. I think that's also beechcraft property there. That's a neighbor's property. But the point of the matter is the kids could be playing in the soil or dirt, whatever. In fact, even coyote tapeworm can be once in a while air transmission. So those kids are at risk of contracting a rare parasite. I'm not saying it's going to happen or has happened. But where there's 1 or 2 or 3 cases, we know that there's a dog that died of it up here. Of course, he was old too. But he had the worm. So there's soil up here that can get contaminated by these. Once in a while, they do some removal, but I've not seen a lot of it. And this is the next door neighbor. They have leaking septic. Sometimes it gets on our area, so we know that the septic may contain parasites as well that could be contributing to this transfer of this worm and other parasites to the soil. So your dogs and cats, rats can pick them up. It is a zoonotic worm. From what you read from literature, I had not expected to ever come down with something like this. And this area here in between the property and the other, it belongs to an amusement park. They don't use this area, I guess. Again, where children play. So I live right behind an amusement park area where urban coyotes walk in the back. And so that means that potentially it could be leaching into their soil, both on the side that they don't use and on the other side of the fence where they have the amusement park. So we're going to go down into the business and we're going to have a talk with them because it should concern them. It should concern their business. I'm not blaming their business for causing the problem. At least from what we can tell. That's my cat. One of my cats. This is a kitten. And this is, again, beechcraft property. And one of the individuals up here actually lives here. He's retired beechcraft. And I talked to him a couple times. This is beechcraft. Sometimes we get coyotes that come through here too. On the road. Next door. And so we'll just consider this part one. I'll probably shut the camera off so you can kind of see a little bit of the amusement park above the tree and fence line there. And I didn't expect to have to do something like this to get residents involved because I had to go to the ER on several occasions to find out what was going on. I was bleeding in my legs. These things are dangerous. I can die from this. In fact, I will probably die from this if it is what I have. But that doesn't mean I should be denied medical care because it's the city and the county that is supposed to take care of urban coyote and animal control problems. And if you have a diseased animal, wild animal, of course, coyotes belong in the wild. They don't belong in urban cities. They shouldn't have been down here in the first place. They should have been removed immediately. But if they're diseased and they're carrying a tapeworm that can make me, animals, sick or get any water supply, then unfortunately you probably have to put that animal down. And I know a lot of environmentalists will be upset, but this is within reason. Now, healthy coyote that doesn't carry it, I don't have a problem with removal. In fact, I think that's more preferable, and certainly shooting them just out of sport is not what this is about. Now, this area here, I can't go on the land, but this had a sewage leak and natural gas leak, possibly. We called it in a few months ago. I do have other pictures up of them repairing it, but unfortunately, if it was already damaging the environment, then it could get into my water or my soil or somebody else's land next door. Same thing here. We also have a lot of field rats up here, which field rats can also pick up coyote tapeworm. So this is just the urban city environment where there's been coyotes around. And you have culverts here, so their scat or their runoff, if they want, can end up in the culverts. I don't know if rabbits get it, but it is, like I said, it's a zoonotic worm, so it's possible. And we're doing about 6 minutes here of video, just so you get an idea of where we are in the business area. So you have some long grass up here, trees within the residential area that's around here. A lot of rundown properties, old trailer park. Again, same thing. These are all residences. Some of the neighbors I've met, they signed this here. Back. It's kind of informal right now, but if you go to the ER and you clearly have something, you should be treated, given the referral. And they didn't do that, but echinococcus is a I don't know how you pronounce it, Ray. I know how to spell it, but it's pretty deadly worm to get. You can't just take anti-worm medicine all the time to get rid of them. You have to have surgery, you have to have removal, and you may even have to have chemotherapy to kill off or reduce the worm burden. And this is all empty. It's no longer residential, but you have more residents down here. So it looks like almost like you're in the country, but then you get down here and you notice that there's big businesses down here. There's even restaurants right around the corner, and so you have actual urban coyotes right where there's lots of cars going by, and there's other river and waterways not too far from here too, probably where some of those coyotes also wander into. So we'll probably take another take on film where these are. And I'm just walking up the street trying to get people to sign. So and I guess there's been quite a few years of the urban coyotes being up around here. You can hear them at night even. They will eat your animals if they can get a hold of them. So it's, like I said, I don't think that they belong in a city. I mean, wild animals belong in the wild, not in the cities. So a lot of people just don't do anything. We have a neighbor down here. Hey, you busy at the moment? Oh, I already got you to sign, right, Gloria?
I'm sorry, not speaking English.
Gloria? Oh, okay. I got her to sign yesterday. You don't speak English very well?
No speaking English.
Does he speak English?
Yes.
All right. You want to translate for me again? Can you translate?
¿Sí? ¿Qué dice?
Can you speak English? Okay. Can you tell her what I say in English and give it to her in Spanish?
¿Qué dice? Okay.
I came down here yesterday and Gloria signed this. And it's, we have urban coyotes up here. It's just an informal signature petition. Now, I know you don't live down here, but apparently coyotes can carry a very lethal tapeworm. They can infect your dogs and your cats. They can get in your water, contaminate your soil. And we have a possible case, and maybe more than one case, in the vicinity of human transfer of this dangerous tapeworm. In fact, it's so dangerous, sometimes you have to get chemotherapy as well as surgery to remove it, because it almost behaves like cancer.
¿Qué dice?
Would you like to sign a petition?
A ver.
Because, I mean, we got restaurants, we got businesses all the way up there. I live right behind the amusement park. You don't have to sign if you don't want to. Did you want to sign or?
Marisa, ¿me ayudas con el inglés? Es que me está diciendo alguna muchacha, por favor.
¿Pero de qué? ¿Qué es o qué? ¿De qué trata?
Pues no sé, estaba aquí parada y es una señora. ¿Me dices qué dice? Ok, ya pregúntale qué.
Can you translate?
Yes.
Okay. I live up the street here by Gloria Castro.
Okay.
She did sign yesterday as a resident. I live on Beach Street. She lives up here on Bird. A lot of people, we have urban coyotes up in the area that we live, and there's even amusement park. I live like right behind the amusement park on Beach. And there's been cases of coyote tapeworm transfer to humans, including myself, possibly along with another parasite and somebody else, and maybe even more in the community. We don't know yet. But there was leakage of sewer and septic, and they can get into the soil. They can make your dog and cat sick. So we had some of the residents, including Gloria, sign a petition. So I guess because, is she a mom?
Yes.
Okay. I guess if you want to tell her in Spanish what I said.
Yes.
¿Qué pasó?
Es que está buscando a Gloria Castro. ¿Quién es Gloria Castro?
Oh, vive en la casa de ahí. Aquí en
Ok. Que para que firme unas peticiones acerca de la ¿cómo se llama? Del área donde viven.
Oh, ok. Le dices que Gloria Castro vive en la traila esa roja, please.
Okay.
What it is we're going to try to go to the city because we called the health department.
Gloria Castro lives on the red house. On
Yep.
The red mobile
Yep.
home, because she is not Gloria Castro. Gloria Castro lives on the red on the red house over there.
Yeah, that's her house.
Dígale que yo no vivo aquí, dile.
And she don't live there. She
What I was asking is if your mom, after you translate, if she would like to sign it, even though she might not live in the area, because it could affect your water, you know what I mean, and other areas too.
Mande.
dice que tú también puedes firmar que es para hacer mejoras al área
For urban coyote, because they need to be
okay.
removed or they need to be, unfortunately.
Okay.
Dice que es para que les van a, que puedes firmar para mejorar, porque están haciendo muchas mejoras, que quieren hacer muchas mejoras y están exigiéndole a los dueños del área.
Can you put your address, phone number, or address at least, please?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Pero eso es todo, reina.
Ahí está, reina. Gracias.
Vale, pues.
All right.
Ay,
Gracias.
thank you. De nada. Bye.
Thank you. So that's it right here, up here. I guess they're home now too. I'll probably stop on the way and see if I can get them to sign another one. The church is not open. They usually just do online services. They don't really do any actual in-building services, but they should also be notified of this because we don't know how far the leak or what was that might have, you don't know how far those leaks could have gotten into. They could get in the water, the septic, they could leach into the soil, so we'll have to figure out when they get a hold of this Korean Baptist church. I had visited him before. And I did get some medication, Albenza as well, because you can use Albenza to treat them a little bit if you get them. And we have businesses right here. So I won't really live that far away from businesses. And if you figure that you coyotes that might go in the back here, you know, they're not going to care whether it's your yard or not. Get dogs. So this is actually a fairly busy area. In fact, it's lots of businesses. You got Meineke up here. You've got college. You even got medical offices right across the street up here. So We're gonna go visit. Look at that, you got a car wash. Can you imagine now, urban coyotes could be leaching into the soil, might be getting into the water supplies, and you're washing your car with that water. And these worms, the small ones, can definitely, because the eggs are sticky, so you could actually be putting those on your car. And by the way, the mortality rate for echinosis is, I think it's echinococcus, excuse me. It's far higher than COVID-19. It can be 50%, sometimes, depending on the variety, up to 90% fatal. So I could die from this condition, and I may eventually die from my condition. I could die at the end of the year. I could die 2-3 years from now. I mean, we all can die in this world anyway, and you have enterprise up here. So you have a number of businesses that can be affected by the urban coyote problem. And most people don't think about it. Sherwin-Williams. So as you can see, there's the All-Star Amusement Park, and I live right behind it. My property actually goes up to their fence line. And that one's really important, I think. It's even more important than me visiting Meineke right now. You might get a little background noise because it's noisy out here by the car wash. But you have golf headquarters up here. So, I mean, you have churches. And I wouldn't be surprised if they might go up to the college. You get other residences, even wealthier residential areas than mine could be affected by this. And you go to the ER and you clearly have them. And all the way up to the ER they lie and they covered it up, which means, at least in my case, it appears that they deliberately did so. So that means that potentially they're lying about diagnosis in some cases. Here you go, you got people coming out with masks on Enterprise. I'm gonna grab these people, even though I'm going to All-Star. Hey ma'am, can I have a moment with you? Is that all right with you? Okay. I don't want to bother you if you're too busy, but okay, no problem. I guess not. All right, so we've got golf headquarters. Sharkapoos, let's go swimming, nails and spa, Enterprise. Look at this, you got businesses right by the runoff of a coyote tapeworm problem that we know that's going on right behind my property. Probably leaching into All-Star Adventures up here. And again, the health department should be called. You call the health department, and they don't give out their name, even though the website has the main director's name on it. So this is golf headquarters. Again, this could affect them too. You know, the back of the property. What about their employees? All right, but you got children up here. Children that could go around where the soil might be contaminated in the back with this worm. They're not open, by the way. I don't know if they're open. So what we're gonna do, I don't know if you can see the property line down here, but you can see that it goes back to the area that I live. And I'm sure that they have security cameras recorded. As you can see the line where I was, near where I live. In the back, where the residents are, And so the urban coyotes probably come up on the amusement park as well, territory. What's funny is COVID-19 has a slightly higher mortality rate than influenza, but yet this tapeworm has at least 50% morbidity, and sometimes even higher with no treatment at all. I've had some treatment, but it's been self-treatment because the doctors refuse to treat me. So this is just up here, all the way in the back. We have residents and employees. I don't really want to, again, I'm not blaming All Star Adventures. Again, an urban coyote problem is a city-county problem. But I just want to establish that this is pretty close to businesses, restaurants. There's some restaurants around there too. So we're just going to ask. We'll go in. I'm not going to have the camera on unless they're alright with it.